What if rivalry on Earth pushed humanity to conquer space first? Two superpowers stared each other down, aiming far beyond earthly horizons. The Cold War was not just politics, it was ambition reaching stars. Fear, pride, and innovation combined to launch a new cosmic competition. This was the space race, where technology became a powerful weapon. It all began after World War II reshaped global power dynamics. The United States and Soviet Union emerged as dominant opposing forces. Each wanted to prove superiority in every possible field imaginable. Science and technology quickly became central tools of that intense rivalry. Rockets, once used for war, now pointed toward mysterious outer space. German V-2 rocket technology sparked interest among both powerful nations. Scientists were recruited, sometimes controversially, to build advanced missile programs. These missiles were not only weapons, but keys to space exploration. Space suddenly became the ultimate stage for global dominance display. The Soviet Union struck first with a groundbreaking historic achievement. In 1957, they launched Sputnik, the world's first artificial satellite. That small metal sphere shocked the entire world instantly. It beeped signals from orbit, proving space travel was possible. Americans felt fear, surprise, and urgency all at once. Could the Soviets now send weapons from space toward Earth? This question intensified the already tense Cold War atmosphere worldwide. The United States realized it had fallen dangerously behind technologically. Urgent action was needed to regain confidence and global leadership. Education systems shifted focus toward science, engineering, and innovation. The government increased funding for research and advanced technological development. NASA was created in 1958 to lead space exploration efforts. This marked the official beginning of America's organized space mission. Meanwhile, the Soviet Union continued achieving impressive space milestones rapidly. They launched animals into space to test survival conditions. One famous dog, Laika, became the first living creature in orbit. Though Laika did not survive, the mission proved biological possibilities. Each success increased Soviet confidence and global admiration significantly. The United States raced desperately to catch up quickly. Early American launches failed, causing embarrassment and public concern, but failure only strengthened determination within scientists and engineers nationwide. New rockets were designed with improved reliability and advanced capabilities. Both nations invested heavily in research, often in secrecy. The competition pushed innovation faster than ever before in history. Space was no longer unreachable. It was the next battlefield. Every launch carried political meaning beyond scientific discovery alone. Winning the space race meant proving ideological superiority to the world. Capitalism versus communism extended far beyond Earth's physical boundaries. Propaganda celebrated every success, influencing global public opinion strongly. Citizens followed missions closely, feeling pride or fear accordingly. Television broadcasts made space achievements visible to ordinary people everywhere. The space race became a shared human experience, despite political tensions. Yet behind excitement, there was constant pressure to outperform rivals. Scientists worked long hours under intense national expectations and scrutiny. Mistakes could mean failure, embarrassment, or even loss of life. Despite risks, exploration continued pushing limits of human capability. Soon, the race moved beyond satellites toward human spaceflight missions. The next goal was sending a human into orbit successfully. Both nations prepared rigorously for this historic milestone achievement. Training programs tested physical endurance, mental strength, and adaptability extensively. Astronauts and cosmonauts became symbols of national pride and courage. Their missions would inspire generations and redefine human possibilities forever. The world waited anxiously for the first human space journey. Every second counted in this race against time and technology. The Cold War had reached beyond Earth into infinite space, and soon history would witness an unforgettable moment of triumph. A single human would orbit Earth, changing everything forever. This moment would ignite even greater competition between rival superpowers. The question remained, who would take that bold first step? Humanity stood at the edge of a new cosmic era. The next chapter would reveal a hero launched into the unknown. The world held its breath as history prepared to be written. In 1961, the Soviet Union achieved another stunning breakthrough first. Yuri Gagarin became the first human to travel into outer space. His spacecraft, Vostok 1, completed a full orbit around Earth. This single mission changed humanity's perspective on space forever. Gagarin returned safely, becoming an international hero overnight instantly. His smile symbolized courage, progress, and Soviet technological superiority. The United States felt the pressure intensify beyond previous limits. Falling behind again was not an option anymore politically. America needed a bold response to restore global confidence quickly. Just weeks later, Alan Shepard flew into space for America. Though suborbital, his mission proved Americans could reach space too. The gap was closing, but competition remained fierce and relentless. Soon, President John F. Kennedy made a historic announcement publicly. He challenged the nation to land a man on the moon. This ambitious goal aimed to surpass Soviet achievements dramatically. The deadline was set before the decade would finally end. It was risky, expensive, yet incredibly inspiring for millions worldwide. NASA's mission transformed into a race toward lunar exploration. Massive funding poured into research, engineering, and astronaut training programs. Thousands of scientists worked together to solve complex technical challenges. Rockets needed greater power to escape Earth's gravitational pull completely. Spacecraft required precision navigation and reliable life support systems. Every detail mattered when lives depended on perfect execution. Meanwhile, the Soviet Union continued pushing its own space ambitions. They sent more cosmonauts into orbit with increasing mission complexity. Valentina Tereshkova became the first woman to travel into space. Her mission marked another milestone in human space exploration history. Gender barriers were challenged as space became a universal frontier. Both nations showcased achievements to gain influence across developing countries. Space success symbolized modernity, power, and technological leadership globally. The race extended into diplomacy, alliances, and international perception battles. However, progress came with dangers and tragic consequences as well. In 1967, the Apollo 1 mission ended in disaster during testing. A cabin fire claimed the lives of 3 brave astronauts. The tragedy shocked the nation and paused progress temporarily. Investigations revealed flaws that demanded urgent design improvements immediately. NASA learned valuable lessons that strengthened future mission safety measures. Determination grew stronger despite heartbreak and devastating loss experienced. Meanwhile, the Soviet program also faced hidden setbacks and failures. Some missions failed silently, kept secret from the global public. This secrecy maintained an image of consistent success externally, yet internally, challenges mirrored those faced by American engineers closely. The race was not just speed, but endurance and resilience. Each nation refined its strategies, learning from mistakes continuously. Technology advanced rapidly, influencing other industries beyond space exploration. Computers, materials, science, and telecommunications improved significantly through competition. The benefits of the space race reached everyday life gradually. Still, the ultimate goal remained landing humans safely on Moon. NASA developed the powerful Saturn V rocket for this mission. It became one of the most powerful machines ever created. Astronaut training intensified, preparing crews for extreme unknown conditions. Simulations tested every possible scenario they might encounter during missions. The world watched closely, aware that history was approaching quickly. Media coverage turned astronauts into global celebrities admired everywhere. Children dreamed of becoming explorers beyond Earth's atmosphere someday. The space race inspired imagination across cultures and generations alike, yet beneath excitement, the Cold War rivalry remained deeply intense. Every step forward carried political meaning alongside scientific achievement. Failure could shift global power balance in unexpected ways suddenly. Success could redefine leadership in the modern technological world. The countdown toward the moon had officially begun now. Humanity stood closer than ever to stepping onto another world. One mission would soon determine the winner of this race. The stage was set for an unforgettable lunar landing attempt. The moment of truth approached as the moon became humanity's target. NASA prepared its most ambitious mission ever attempted in history. Apollo 11 would carry astronauts toward an unknown lunar surface. The crew included Neil Armstrong, Buzz Aldrin, and Michael Collins. Each astronaut trained tirelessly for this dangerous, groundbreaking journey ahead. On July 16, 1969, the Saturn V rocket launched. Millions watched as flames carried humanity toward the vast unknown. The launch symbolized years of effort, sacrifice, and determination combined. As the spacecraft traveled, tension filled mission control rooms everywhere. Every calculation had to be precise for mission success. After days in space, Apollo 11 reached lunar orbit successfully. The next step was landing safely on the moon's surface. Armstrong and Aldrin entered the lunar module named Eagle. Collins remained in orbit, managing the command module alone. The descent toward the moon began with intense concentration. Unexpected computer alarms created brief moments of fear and uncertainty. Armstrong stayed calm, manually guiding the module to a safe spot. Fuel levels dropped dangerously low as the surface approached quickly. Finally, the Eagle landed, and silence filled the communication channel. Then came the historic words, confirming successful lunar landing achievement. Cheers erupted across Earth as the mission reached its goal. Humanity had finally arrived on another celestial body successfully. Hours later, Armstrong prepared to step onto the surface. Cameras captured the moment for millions watching worldwide anxiously. He descended the ladder slowly, carrying hopes of entire humanity. His first step marked a defining moment in human history. Armstrong spoke words that would be remembered forever globally. He described it as one small step for man, yet it represented a giant leap for mankind's future. Soon after, Aldrin joined him on the moon's surface. Together, they explored, collected samples, and conducted experiments carefully. They planted the American flag, symbolizing achievement and national pride. However, the moment belonged to all humanity, not one nation. Scientific instruments gathered valuable data about the moon's environment. Photographs captured stunning images of Earth rising in space. These images changed how people viewed their home planet deeply. Earth appeared fragile, beautiful, and united from that distant perspective. The mission inspired environmental awareness and global unity thoughts gradually. After completing tasks, the astronauts prepared to return safely. The ascent from the moon required perfect timing and precision. The lunar module lifted off, leaving the surface behind silently. It docked successfully, with Collins waiting in orbit patiently. Together, they began the journey back toward Earth again. Re-entry into Earth's atmosphere was another critical dangerous phase. The spacecraft endured extreme heat while descending rapidly through atmosphere. Parachutes deployed, slowing the capsule before ocean landing safely. Recovery teams quickly reached the astronauts upon their return. The mission ended successfully, marking a major victory for United States. Celebrations erupted as the world recognized this incredible achievement widely. The United States had effectively won the space race competition. Yet the story did not end with this single mission. Space exploration continued, driven by curiosity and scientific discovery goals. The Soviet Union acknowledged the achievement while continuing its efforts. Both nations realized cooperation could benefit humanity in future missions. The intense rivalry began slowly transforming into cautious collaboration. Technology developed during the race influenced everyday modern life significantly. Satellites improved communication, weather forecasting, and global connectivity worldwide. Computers became more powerful due to demands of space missions. Medical advancements also benefited from research conducted during this period. The space race reshaped science, politics, and human imagination forever. It proved that impossible goals could be achieved with determination. Humanity had stepped beyond Earth, opening doors to endless possibilities. Yet many mysteries of space still remained unsolved and intriguing. The journey had only just begun for future explorers ahead. A new era awaited, filled with discoveries beyond imagination. After the moon landing, the race slowed but never truly ended. Both superpowers shifted focus toward long-term space exploration goals. Competition gradually transformed into cautious cooperation between former rivals. Space stations became the next frontier for continuous human presence. The Soviet Union launched Salyut, the world's first space station. It allowed astronauts to live and work in orbit longer. The United States responded with its own station named Skylab. Skylab hosted crews who conducted experiments in microgravity conditions. These missions expanded understanding of how humans survive in space. Living in space required adapting to weightlessness and isolation challenges. Astronauts experienced muscle loss and needed regular exercise routines. Scientists studied these effects to prepare for longer missions ahead. Meanwhile, technology continued advancing at an impressive rapid pace. Reusable spacecraft became a new focus for reducing mission costs. NASA introduced the Space Shuttle program in the early years. The shuttle could launch, orbit Earth, and return like an airplane. This innovation made space travel more practical and frequent. Satellites launched by shuttles improved global communication networks significantly. Weather forecasting became more accurate thanks to space-based observations. Navigation systems evolved, eventually leading to modern GPS technology. Everyday life began benefiting from advancements born during the space race. The Soviet Union also developed advanced spacecraft and orbital missions. Their Mir space station became a symbol of long-duration space living. Cosmonauts spent months aboard Mir conducting important scientific research. These missions proved humans could survive extended periods in space. The idea of international cooperation grew stronger during this period. In 1975, a historic joint mission brought rivals together peacefully. Apollo and Soyuz spacecraft docked in orbit, symbolizing unity. Astronauts and cosmonauts greeted each other, shaking hands in space. This moment showed that cooperation could replace intense competition eventually. The Cold War tensions still existed, but space became different. It turned into a place where collaboration felt possible and beneficial. Scientific knowledge increased as countries shared discoveries and resources gradually. Future missions began involving multiple nations working toward common goals. The International Space Station became the ultimate example of cooperation. It involved contributions from the United States, Russia, and partners. Astronauts from various countries lived together aboard the station. They conducted experiments that benefited science, medicine, and technology fields. The station orbited Earth, representing unity beyond political differences. This shift marked a new chapter in space exploration history. No longer just a race, space became a shared human endeavor. However, the legacy of the space race remained deeply influential. It had accelerated innovation in ways never seen before globally. Governments realized investment in science could transform entire societies. Education systems continued emphasizing science, technology, engineering, and mathematics strongly. Young generations were inspired to pursue careers in space industries. Private companies eventually entered the field, changing exploration dynamics. Space was no longer limited to government-led missions exclusively. Companies began developing rockets, satellites, and future exploration plans. the dream of reaching Mars started gaining serious attention worldwide. Lessons learned from the space race guided these new ambitions. Risk management, engineering precision, and teamwork became essential principles. Space exploration continued evolving with new technologies and ideas constantly. Yet the origins of this progress traced back to Cold War rivalry. Without that competition, advancements might have taken much longer. The race pushed humanity beyond limits once considered impossible. It proved that challenges can drive extraordinary innovation and discovery. Still, space remained vast, mysterious, and full of unanswered questions. New missions aimed to explore planets, asteroids, and distant galaxies. Telescopes in orbit revealed secrets of the universe never seen. Each discovery deepened curiosity about humanity's place in cosmos. The journey from rivalry to cooperation changed history permanently. Space became a symbol of hope, curiosity, and shared destiny. Yet the story was far from over, with more ahead. The final chapter reveals how this race still shapes our future. The legacy of the space race still shapes modern exploration today. What began as rivalry evolved into a foundation for cooperation. Space agencies now share data, technology, and mission responsibilities globally. International teamwork has become essential for complex space missions. The International Space Station stands as proof of lasting unity. It orbits Earth continuously, hosting astronauts from many nations together. Experiments conducted there improve medicine, science, and technology worldwide. These discoveries benefit life far beyond the boundaries of space. Private companies now push space innovation into a new era. Reusable rockets have transformed the economics of space travel. Launch costs have decreased, making exploration more accessible than ever. Space tourism is emerging as a real possibility for civilians. Missions to Mars are being actively planned by multiple organizations. Humanity now dreams beyond the moon toward distant planets. Satellites form the backbone of modern communication and navigation systems. Weather forecasting relies heavily on continuous space observation data. Earth monitoring satellites help track climate change and disasters globally. These technologies trace their roots back to Cold War competition. The space race indirectly improved everyday life in countless ways. From smartphones to GPS, its influence surrounds us constantly. Education systems continue to emphasize science and engineering strongly. Young minds are inspired by astronauts, rockets, and cosmic discoveries. Space exploration has become a symbol of human ambition. It shows what humanity can achieve under pressure and purpose. The rivalry once fueled fear, but created lasting progress. Now curiosity and collaboration drive the next generation forward. Scientists continue searching for signs of life beyond Earth. Telescopes scan distant galaxies for planets similar to our own. Each discovery raises new questions about existence and origins. The universe remains vast, mysterious, and largely unexplored still. Humanity's journey into space has only just begun truly. Future missions may establish permanent bases on the Moon. Mars colonies could become reality within coming decades ahead. Deep space exploration may unlock secrets of the universe. Artificial intelligence now assists spacecraft in complex navigation tasks. Robotics enables exploration of dangerous environments without human risk. Technology continues evolving, inspired by early space competition efforts. The Cold War rivalry unintentionally launched a scientific revolution. That competition forever changed how humans view possibility itself. It turned imagination into engineering and dreams into reality. Every rocket launched today carries that historical legacy forward. The courage of early astronauts still inspires global generations. Their missions remind us of human potential and resilience. Space remains a place of wonder and opportunity combined. International partnerships now define most major exploration programs. Cooperation ensures safety, efficiency, and shared scientific achievement. The universe belongs to no single nation or ideology. It belongs to all humanity exploring together beyond borders. The space race ended, but exploration continues without limits. Its story is one of rivalry transformed into progress. It proves competition can lead to extraordinary human advancement. From fear came innovation, and from rivalry came discovery. The stars that once symbolized competition now symbolize unity. Humanity looks upward with curiosity instead of suspicion today. The journey into space reflects our deepest desire to explore. Every mission builds upon the achievements of those before. The future of space exploration remains open and limitless. New generations will write the next chapters of discovery. The cosmos still waits with countless secrets to reveal. Humanity continues its journey beyond Earth with hope. The space race was just the beginning of everything. What started as conflict became a pathway to progress. The story of space exploration is far from finished, and the universe still invites us to explore further. The final frontier now belongs to all of humanity.